You've probably heard a million times that if you want massive change, you need to take massive action. But what if that's not exactly true? What if your entire future could pivot on just three really specific decisions? So today, we're going to break down exactly what those are and how you can make them, starting, well, right now. All right, real talk for a second. Does this sound familiar at all? You wake up, you go through the motions, and you just have this nagging feeling that you're kind of just replaying yesterday over and over again. It's that feeling of being stuck on autopilot. So many of us are there, but I want to be really clear. That is not a life sentence.
You know, here's the thing about people who seem to get lucky in life. They usually aren't. They just made a few very specific, very intentional decisions early on that snowballed over time. And that's the whole secret sauce right there. Your entire life really can pivot on just three of these choices.
So, what's the very first decision? Well, it's all about reclaiming your focus by doing something that, let's be honest, feels almost heroic these days: cutting out the noise. We live in a world that is literally designed to distract you, and this is step one to taking back control. No, seriously, I want this to sink in for a second. Your attention is your single most valuable currency. It's not your money, it's not even your time. It's where you put your focus. And every notification, every mindless scroll, every piece of online drama, it's like a little withdrawal from your account. The first decision is just to become a ruthless protector of that currency. Okay, so how do we actually do this? I've got three things you can do like right after you're done here. First, go into your phone and delete 3 apps that you know are just time sinks. You know which ones they are. Second, turn off all non-essential notifications. If it's not from a real human you care about or something critical for work, it's got to go. And third, and this one's a big one, give yourself the first hour of your day completely phone-free. Let your own thoughts be the first ones you hear.
And you'll feel this almost immediately. It's like when you finally turn down all that static, you can actually hear your own thoughts again. You start to think more clearly, your ability to focus gets way deeper, and all of a sudden you've got this mental space to actually work on the things that matter to you. This isn't some small tweak, it is a total game changer.
All right, so now that you've got some of that precious headspace back, we can move on to decision number 2. This one is all about growth, both financially and personally, but it comes with a kind of counterintuitive twist. You need to focus on just one thing. It's time to build one high-value skill.
Yep, you heard me right. Just one. Not 10, not 5, just one. The trap so many people fall into is they try to learn a little bit of everything, and they end up mastering nothing. The most successful people I know, they go deep, not wide. They pick one valuable skill, and they just get incredibly good at it.
And look, we're talking about skills that can really move the needle for you. This could be something creative, like copywriting or video editing. It could be super technical, like coding or getting good with AI automation. Or it could be more strategic, like sales or developing real trading discipline. Honestly, it doesn't matter what it is, as long as getting really good at it has a huge potential payoff.
But, okay, how do you pick your one thing? The secret is actually pretty simple. Choose the skill that feels more like a game to you than a job. It's the thing you find yourself tinkering with on a Saturday morning anyway, right? Because that natural curiosity, that's the fuel that's going to outlast any short-term burst of motivation, every single time. And here's the best part. The commitment here isn't massive. We're talking about 45 minutes a day. That's it. It's small enough that you can actually stick with it. But the power of doing that consistently is just staggering. In just 3 months, you'll be better than 90% of the people who even try. And in a year, you could be in a totally different league. Okay, let's recap. You've got your focus back, you're building that one killer skill. The third and final decision is what ties it all together. It's about finally recognizing that your internal world is massively shaped by your external one. You have to consciously, deliberately upgrade your environment. Now, I'm sure you've heard this 1,000 times, but let it really sink in because it is so true. You become the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. And let's be real, in our world, that room isn't just who you see in person. It's who you follow, who you listen to, whose content you consume. Their mindset slowly but surely becomes your mindset.
And this slide just lays it out so clearly, right? It really is a choice. On one side, you have the path where you actively curate an environment that pulls you forward, following inspiring people, joining an ambitious community. And on the other side, well, that's the default. The environment that kind of anchors you down with negativity and drama. This isn't about being ruthless. It's just about being intentional about who gets your precious time and attention.
Look, the bottom line is this. There is no neutral. Your environment is never just there. It is either actively shaping you into the person you're trying to become, or it is subtly, quietly shrinking your potential. You have to make a choice.
So, there you have it, the 3 big decisions. But what's the magic ingredient that makes this all actually work? Well, there's an underlying truth about how change really happens, and it's probably not what you think it is.
So your future isn't going to be changed by some sudden burst of motivation. That's like a firework. It's bright and exciting, and then it's gone. Real, lasting change, it's more like a flywheel. It comes from momentum, built by those small, quiet, totally unglamorous decisions you make every single day when no one's watching.
And that, right there, is the whole system. When you cut the noise, you create the focus you need to build that one skill. And as you build that skill, you start wanting to upgrade your environment to support that new version of you. See how they all connect? Each decision feeds the next one, creating this powerful self-reinforcing loop. It's not magic, it's momentum, a quiet, unstoppable force that you built yourself. So, I'm going to leave you with one final, very simple question. Not for tomorrow, not for next week, but for right now. Looking at these 3, which one will you start today? Cutting the noise, building one skill, or upgrading your environment? You don't have to do it all at once. Just pick one. Your future self is going to thank you for it.